detective thrill me.
Thanks for joining us. Jared, I decided to throw this one out at you as a kind of like is it as bad as we thought? This is not 2012's Battleship. Now, just for a bit of history, I saw this in 2012 in cinemas. Fucking hated it.
Were you
hated
thinking?
it.
What were you
I don't
thinking?
know what I was thinking, but I absolutely hated it.
Adam, this is a rare case where I dodged it like the plague.
You dodged it?
I dodged it.
This is the first time you've seen it?
Yeah.
Holy
because,
shit.
Because it's one of those few where, you know, like, I heard it was bad, but nobody was saying, like, it's so bad, it's good, kind of, you got to watch this for a laugh. So I just dodged it like you wouldn't believe.
Okay, so I saw it in 2012.
I jinked and sidestepped for fucking 13 years.
Yeah. I hated it. In 2012, I absolutely hated it. I have not watched it since. But obviously, I brought this to your attention and I said, look, this is an opportunity to look at it and say, is it as bad as I remember it being?
You thought, have you softened with age?
Yes. 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's got. So that would tell me that, you know, a third of people thought it was all right.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. But before we get to that, quick whip round. I've had very little to watch. We watched an entire doco series on Disney called Scamander about a lady who scammed people out of money by saying she had cancer. So, you know, she was a Belle Gibson type. And it was interesting. You know, some people gave a lot of money, and sometimes I think to myself, that's your fault. Like, one woman says, I gave her about 30 grand, and I'm like, 30 grand? I've got 30 grand. Like, even my closest friends, nobody's getting anything like that out of me.
Yeah, fuck, I can't even get $5 out of you, tight house.
Yeah, if you're fucking lucky. Like, I might slip you a tour.
If I say, can I borrow a $5, your wallet requires the fucking jaws of life to price.
You know what? When we dropped off, cash was the greatest fucking day of my life. Because then, no, I could say, I got no cash. I got nothing on me. I had nothing in my wallet. I'm sorry. It was all right. Once again, a doco series that did not require 4 episodes. It's like, you know, like, fucking hell, guys. Can we just cut it down to, like, 90 minutes?
Have streaming services really just fucked up the documentary by just trying to squeeze way more out of it than they need to?
Well, yeah, yes and no, Jared. But also, this had a podcast before it had a doco. So it's kind of like, I feel like you're double dipping.
You can almost go with, you almost pair them up. You knock out a 90-minute doco, and you say, you know, you partner it up with the podcast and say this will sort of stretch out some of the details.
I think, Jared, that one of the things that we still haven't fully embraced is that podcasts are basically entertainment too, in a similar vein as doing a documentary.
Well,
like
I can see why you need both, because sometimes I listen to the podcast. And then I'm like, fuck, I've got to have a look at this because they reference like a video or or something that you want to see.
Those ones, definitely.
And so it's kind of my preferred medium, if it's good, is a TV, is a
doco
series.
Yeah.
But I love a podcast. They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah. But this was all right. All right. I mean, what kind of prick fucking fakes having cancer? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, Christ almighty, how does it even get into your head? It's ridiculous. The only other thing I also watched, Netflix had one called Love Con Revenge. Similar type of doco series about people in romantic relationships who get conned out of things. Yeah. You know, the first episode, it's like, we started dating, we're getting on like a house on fire. Next thing you know, I need $1,000. And she goes, I thought that was really a red flag and I ignored it. And I've never been in a relationship where someone said, I need money. Within a few months. And I'm going, look, if someone says I need money to do something, I'd be like, I think that's a you problem.
Was this another situation? I've said it before, Adam, but when people are a little lonely or desperate, they fucking overlook gigantic red flags.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Yes,
like,
definitely.
You know, the fact that Kevin Costner's asking for a couple of grand for exclusive access to his fan club, or George Clooney needs Needs a quick 5K if you've got it.
Or Brad Pitt got beaten up and needs money for hospital. Yeah. Red flags. I mean, those are the sort of ones. Look, I understand people get lonely. I understand they that's who these people target.
Yeah. But there's still something. The spidey sense is still kind of.
Do you want $1,000? Fucking what?
Excuse me? I thought we were going for coffee. Like,
yeah, we're dating. I don't know what you're talking about $1,000.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I met you on Tuesday. Like,
yeah, we met for coffee, and you think it's $1,000.
Yeah.
That was it for me. So
Okay.
I was light.
Yeah,
Light
I
on.
was pretty light as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember whether I mentioned this one, but I watched the doco on Netflix, Unknown Number, the high school catfish.
No, you didn't. You didn't. But I believe I had also. I've also seen that.
Yeah.
Red flags. Red flags.
Pretty ordinary. It starts all right because the people are willing to chat.
Yeah.
And then we get a couple of storylines about people who legitimately look like bullies and whose parents, quite frankly, are a pair of assholes, regardless of whether they turn out to, how the story turns out.
Yeah.
So it was starting okay, but then we kind of get to the reveal, which was there was a little bit sort of coming there. I think I'd actually heard about it before I watched it anyway. So, but once it gets to who it was, it's just there's no fucking challenge on some of the bullshit that's being spewed.
Yeah, I know.
They just allow the person to talk, and there's no like psychologist or there's no one saying, look, this is what might have prompted it. This is
how we get to this.
Yeah, this is how we get to this, or challenging anything she said, because what she said was fucking nonsense, and she spewed it for the last half hour of the doco.
Nonsense. That whole shit about, I think I was aiming it at myself.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, it was.
But don't let her off the hook.
It really took a dive. It took a nosedive for me after the reveal. So,
and again, Jared, I come back to my Netflix problem. You are just putting out shit. You're not pressing anyone. You're not testing anything.
Because there is a real fascinating element to that story, but they just leave it at, I'll check out the twist. Yeah. And then after that, it's just like, oh, we'll just cobble together another fucking 20 minutes and send you on your way. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Like, I want to know a bit more about how we got there.
Well, also, I'd like to know that they almost leave the daughter's feelings hanging too. We didn't get her feelings.
No.
And it just kind of left things, I felt, unresolved.
Yeah. We went with a big twist, then we were fucking fingernail deep for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Because I think they were relying on that, right?
Yeah.
They were saying, here's the twist. Well, we should be kind of, but you got to have interest. You got to then keep that interest, right?
Yeah. But the problem is fucking TikTok and all this shit, they buy into it. Oh, check out this doco. You won't believe this fucking reveal and all this sort of stuff. And then I'm like, but that doesn't make it good.
Videos, all I'm getting is fucking sciatica. Like, I'm not getting any of this shit. Either that or...
I'm not on TikTok. I get them on fucking... I'm an old head, Adam. I still get them on Facebook.
Either that or I get videos of people running into things, which I think are fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's always
always a good laugh.
Always a winner. Yep.
All right, what else did you get?
So I mentioned I'd been watching the Better Tomorrow movies. So I got it to number 3.
Yep.
Which was the one that was directed by Sui Hark. And it's a prequel.
How was that?
I didn't like it all that much. It's kind of got some legs in certain places, but it just feels like it's a little more sort of choppy story-wise. Like it doesn't flow as nicely as the previous ones do. So yeah, it was definitely my least favourite of the 3 of them. I believe there's a couple of remakes, so I might try to sort of seek them out. But I was more interested in the John Woo stuff, so I've got a couple more of his lined up.
Isn't there a remake of The Killer somewhere as well?
Yes, there is. Yeah, so that'll be on the list. I've got to watch the original of The Killer first. And then I think there was another one there floating around that I might be able to check out to sort of put a bow on some of the John Woo movies. But they're definitely good quality. The ones that I've seen so far, I've quite enjoyed them, and I can see why he sort of got picked up and put into some of the directorial roles that he got.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been fun. Aside from that, the big ticket was Jaws.
Jaws, 50th anniversary.
Jaws 50th anniversary in IMAX.
IMAX.
Twice.
What was it? Twice?
I checked it out twice.
Fucking hell, take my money.
She's knocked up 10 million.
How?
Just add another 10 million.
I know.
The poor old Toxic Avenger hasn't managed to squeeze out 3 worldwide. And Jaws has knocked up double digits
Double
again.
digits, all right. Yeah, I mean, 50 years. I mean, you said it. There's nothing within a fucking bull's roar.
Oh,
This
watching
shit
it in
50
IMAX,
years.
it's fucking longer. It's a louder roar. It was really good. It was a really enjoyable experience. I think the thing in IMAX, it wasn't so much the picture, which was excellent, like it was cleaned up and whatever, but the soundtrack stood out a little more for me, which was really cool. Like I thought the soundtrack was the part that really benefited from the IMAX for me the most. But yeah, just really fucking awesome to check it out. The second time I took my kids and they quite enjoyed it. I thought they were going to say it was a little boring. You know, the modern sort of generation is a little, the drawn out sort of stuff is not quite their thing, but they both said it was pretty good. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good here.
Yep, it's good fun.
All right. So that's it?
That's it.
All right, Jared, let's take a break. Here is the trailer for 2012's Battleship.
We're looking at a global extinction event.
What is that?
I want everything loaded.
Hit it! Mahalo, mother.
I want every plane in the air now. Doesn't end like this. Not today.
American badass! Get up!
Rated PG-13.
Battleship from 2012, directed by Peter Berg, who directed Friday Night Lights. It's produced by Peter Berg, Sarah Aubrey, who produced The Losers, Brian Goldner, who produced Transformers, Duncan Henderson, who produced Master and Commander, Bennett Schneer, who produced Ouija, and Scott Stuber, who produced Volcano. It's written by John and Eric Hober, who wrote The Meg. It stars Taylor Kitsch as Lieutenant Alex Hopper, Alexander Skarsgård as Commander Stone Hopper, Rihanna as Petty Officer Cora Rakes, Brooklyn Decker as Sam, and Liam Neeson as Admiral Shane. The budget was $209 million. The box office was $303 worldwide. Trivia, it lost $150 million. Taylor Kitsch was having a rough trot because that same year, John Carter lost $275 million. So it was a hard time for the big fella. It was also originally set to be filmed off Australia's Gold Coast, but due to problems with government tax incentives and, schoolies, it was moved to Hawaii.
Probably still would have been cheaper, but
I know. I reckon they could have got some breaks out here.
Yeah.
All right, Jared.
Could have played some of the aliens. Some of the fucking people
I've got. Well, the aliens look like someone very famous. So we'll have a chat about that. All right, Jared. This is your first time seeing it. So we can't go with. Is it as bad as you?
Well, is it as bad as the the perceptions would have had me believe? My perception would have had me believe.
How do you feel?
Well, firstly, who the fuck thought it was a good idea to take Battleship and cast an entire fucking movie?
Who knows?
Because, I mean, I 100% get the approach from Hasbro saying, let's fucking go with another branch of cash, making here and make some of the toys into movies. But why did Battleship pop up high on that list? Tell me that.
What else you got? Surely you got other properties that would have been more useful.
Yep. But yeah, aside from that, it's bad. I mean, if Bland was a movie, this is probably it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is where exactly why I didn't watch it was because, as I said to you, I'd heard it was bad, but that there wasn't much fun to be had throughout. There wasn't, it's not like The Room where people say you got to watch this and you sit there and laugh your ass off.
Oh, hey, Mark. It's got none of that.
Yeah, it's got none of that. To be fair to it, it does have a couple of moments where you can see, the Simpson and Bruckheimer kind of DNA.
Yeah.
Sort of, that approach to filmmaking. But just the whole plot around the aliens and the kind of villains that they turn out to be. It's just so boring.
I mean, Simpson and Bruckheimer would have looked at this and just gone, fuck.
I said, no, thanks.
Nah, not for us.
No.
Like, we won't even stoop this low.
Who's in the lead? John Carter? No.
Nah.
We might have to pass on
We
that
need
one.
a bigger name or this is not happening. So what would you give it?
I think I probably landed at 1.5.
1.5.
There was a handful of points where I thought we might be pushing towards a 2 here, but it was just so fleeting whenever it happened. So
Yeah.
Also, I think 1.5.
Okay. Now, I saw this in 2012. So I'm looking back on it and thinking, is it actually as bad? Because I've not seen it since.
Yeah.
13 years have gone by.
Reappraisal.
I can now, with some authority, say yes.
Can confirm.
It is as bad as I remember it. It's soulless filmmaking at the absolute worst. Like, this is a film made for fucking God only knows who, by a group of people who seem to think that $209 million should be spent on such a bland pile that basically has no script, has no fucking fun to it, has characters that you absolutely hate.
Yeah.
Like, how can you have a character so loathsome in the fucking lead?
Fucking loathsome, offensive brute.
but yet I could look away, Jared. I could.
Look away. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know who said, okay, well, we're going to shoot a movie on the ocean that's going to require cooperation from Navy and use of ships and all this sort of stuff, and saw what it was going to cost and thought, yeah, I'm in. Money well spent.
It should really... Because you know what this is? It's a product of Transformers. Because
for sure.
Hasbro, Transformers had made billions of dollars.
There was an explanation for that, and that was that people had a strong connection to it. People that grew up playing with the toy, but also fucking engrossed in the cartoon, which, I don't know how we were looking back at some of the episodes. No, it had legs, and there's a reason why they're still making Transformers movies. And there's a reason why there's only ever been one Battleship movie.
I'm going to say the effects are good, and there's a couple of good sequences later on where you could see something that you could have perhaps moved upon, but you surround it with so much shit that I gave it 1.
Superfluous characters.
I gave it 1 because, and I knocked off half a star because I sat there and I thought to myself, these are the kind of films that we do not want. Like, the fact that this is even out there, made by people who I had some respect for previously.
Past tense.
Well, I mean, we'll get to someone like Peter Berg, but he's made better movies.
Yeah, of course.
And he's a better director than this type of gunk. Jesus Christ.
Does it qualify as action junk?
Oh, it's beyond action junk.
Okay, what's past that?
I don't know. Landfill.
Action fucking sloth. I don't know.
Action feces.
Action gas.
Action feces. This is action feces.
Right, okay.
So 1 star. So likes. I've got likes, Jared.
Yeah, I've got quite a few.
I've got likes.
Yeah.
Straight out of the gate for me, I got a laugh out of him rolling up on Sam at the bar. And he stumbles and falls against the bar, and you hear his brother going, "Good start."
Yeah.
I got a giggle out of that. It's the only giggle I got.
Call me simple, but the security footage with the Pink Panther theme laid over the top while the fucking ceiling tiles are crashing in and him falling on top.
Okay.
That was a bit of a chuckle. And then I found out afterwards that it was based on a real YouTube kind of clip.
Yeah.
But I mean, even him falling down for the second time, I was like, yeah all right.
I got a slight giggle out of that too.
Yeah, that was the only time.
They weren't belly laughs, Jared.
No,
but
they weren't. But they were the only time at the start of the movie that I connected to the bloke's story because they made me laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say that's... I never connected with the guy. because I found him, the moment we meet him, I just found him displeasure to be around.
Yeah.
But again, we're getting to the dislikes there, so let's hold that back because I'm.
We also started with Interstate Love Song. Great choice.
Yeah.
Great fucking needle drop on that one, but
there's too many needle drops later too. Like,
there's a handful, but they also just kind of and I'm not going to hold this against them, but sometimes it's just like I don't necessarily see how the song fits other than that's a cool song.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's all right.
I did like that he doesn't kick the goal because when we get to him being in there,
we could fucking see that coming a mile.
I know, but I thought they were going to go with fucking him being king shit because
I couldn't even cop it. I couldn't cop that, and I'll tell you why. But yeah.
That entire sequence fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I at the very least, I thought, okay, they made a kind of a joke out of his fucking efforts.
Yeah, can't give you that.
He kicks the ball over the top.
I hated it.
I hated it. Fucking hell. That's probably damn it was fake praise there because fucking hell, I hated
the way that
need to exist.
The way that it goes is fine. Like the fact that he's not even close.
Yeah.
And the goalie doesn't move and just looks up.
But
like that was
that
all right.
entire sequence could have been cut.
That's where you get a bit from Peter Berg. Like that shot is kind of, it's going against type.
Yes.
Which was fine.
But the bottom line is that entire sequence does not need to exist in the film.
There's a number of actors that I quite like. And that, look,
enlighten me, Jared.
I will include Taylor Kitsch. I actually think he is a good actor.
Yes.
He just needed to fire his agent very early on in the piece because they fucking railroaded the poor bastard.
No, I think Kitsch is perfectly fine, but it's the right role that he needs, and he's a character actor. And they never should have been looking to make him a star.
But, I mean, I could have seen him being a solid leading man in a decent movie, whether he goes on to become a movie star. But, I think he was worthy of... I can understand why people thought there was potential there.
Yeah.
Because I think he is a good actor.
Yeah.
But, good Lord, the choices just derailed him very, very quickly. And it's not... Like, neither of these movies are his fault.
No, absolutely not.
But his career was fucking railroaded because of it.
Yeah.
Alexander Skarsgård, or Skarsgård, as I've got in my notes here.
Yeah. He's his offshoot of the Skarsgård clan.
Yeah.
He's Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. In this movie, he's a little bit Skarsgård, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, this fucking old movie Skarsgård.
I actually don't mind him as well, although... Watching some of the scenes in this, I did kind of find myself thinking, is he actually a good actor? Is he? I'm not sure. So, really, all of the lead characters I thought were fine. Sam was fine.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons is a solid actor.
Yeah.
Neeson, obviously. All of that I thought was perfectly fine, although I did start laughing as soon as I saw Neeson because the freshest memory was The Naked Gun. So every time he was opening his mouth, I was expecting him to say something like, you disgust me. You're going to ruin another suit or something like that.
Yeah. But you know what? I could have done with that here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, look, I am going to say that the casting was pretty good, especially when you end up with people like Jesse Plemons in a very small role. You end up with Rami Malek on the screen for 2 seconds. He's like literally on there for one. Although the names, Stone Hopper, did they have another brother called Rock Hopper somewhere? I'm sure they did.
Yeah, he's a drunken asshole.
Yeah. Rock after four with Rock Hopper, you can't fucking see straight. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, I wish there'd have been a rock hopper in there. Yeah. I wish I'd had 10 rock hoppers before I fucking watched this shit again.
So do I.
Jesus.
So do I. So I could have fucking passed out halfway through.
Yeah. I do like the visual effects.
Yep.
I think the VFX are quite good for 2012.
Yes.
They're pretty convincing. You don't have a lot of shots where you're looking at it going, gee, that looks fucking terrible.
No.
So, yeah, big rap for the effects people.
Yeah. Yep, they did a pretty good job.
I like the fact that they incorporate the missiles from the aliens. They look like the little pegs that go into the Battleship thing, the game.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of cool to have that little
the
sort of
connections
throwback.
to the game were a little hit and miss. There was a couple that I liked.
Yep.
That one's pretty sick.
And there's one later that I actually really liked.
Yeah.
And that was where I felt like if you'd have taken this and maybe extrapolated it better,
Yep.
we could have had something.
Oh, for sure. Here's another example of that.
Yeah.
Mick. I actually really liked
Brumby?
his stuff early. Not Mick Brumby. Jesus, the wrong naval ship. He was on another naval ship.
Yeah.
The guy that has the amputee.
Yes.
Early on, his relationship with Sam, very briefly, is kind of interesting.
Hmm.
And he's bringing a bit of, although he's obviously very green as an actor, and I looked him up afterwards, and he was legitimately in like armed forces, and did suffer injuries in battle.
Yeah.
But when I saw, that initial part where she's talking about his anger and he's just fucking looking flat out at her, and they go walking up the hill, and he's like, my dog Mustard could get up this hill, and she's like, well, you and Mustard can have some good time together, and he's like, Mustard's dead.
Yeah.
I'm over it, or something like that. Like, I thought that was kind of funny, and I thought, all right, well, we're leading somewhere here, and he does have a role in how it goes, but they kind of leave that part of it behind, of him trying to find his sort of purpose again.
Yes.
But initially I was like, all right, we might have something here.
Yeah.
So I will lean that more towards the positives, because
Well,
I
what they
thought,
should have
especially
done-
given that he's not a seasoned actor, I thought he was a pretty decent presence.
What they should have done is maybe kind of found a bit more time there.
Yeah,
Instead
definitely.
of so much crap on the ship.
Well, yeah, a lot of crap on the ship, and we'll talk about some characters that maybe didn't even need to be there.
And
but-
an opening 45 minutes that is some of the worst fucking shit I've seen in film.
Fuck.
Sorry. I went too early on that.
Burying the lead there.
Yeah, bury the lead. I kind of like the ball-like alien things that got fired out, the little things that were like, and they had like chains inside them.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of at least something different.
We'll circle back.
But, I mean, again, the necessity for having all that shit, again, not part of what the game kind of was.
There's questions.
There's a lot of sort of like, where does this fit in? Where does it fit into what the board game was?
Yes. I have some.
But at least those sequences had some, I don't know, there was a bit of shit
Some
going
sizzle?
on, some sizzle.
A bit of sizzle?
Oh, look, you're not going to call it sizzle. Like okay,
A light sear.
you burned the
perhaps.
toast. You burned the
Okay,
toast a
burned
little bit
it.
there,
All
but
right,
you
okay.
didn't sizzle the shit out of it. Like,
Okay, fair.
but it was okay.
Yeah. I did get one good laugh.
One good laugh.
One good laugh. It was when the two blokes, when they start saying that Hopper's running the ship, and those two blokes are there, they're like, are you kidding me? Hopper's running the ship? This is bullshit. We're all going to die.
There you go.
I laugh. There you go.
Highly
Like, yeah,
amusing.
Someone knows what's
Someone
going on.
knows this. Where
Someone
this
in
is
the
going.
Navy knows what they're doing.
Somebody's met this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's a fucking dildo.
yeah, pretty much.
Like, there's no, he can't even put his pants on fucking properly. How's he going to run the ship?
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. And we'll circle back to how that occurs because
Yes.
it's fucking crap.
Yep.
I did like the bit where they blow that transformer type of guy who's on the ship coming after him. They turn the big gun on him and blow him to shit.
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of cool. Again, had a little bit of pop to it.
Yep.
And then they follow that up not long after that by they come up with the battleship idea.
Mm.
The buoy, the buoys in the water.
Yeah.
They put the spread over the top of them. They're using the coordinates.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not joking. I'm watching that sequence, even back in 2012. I remember thinking, that's fucking cool. Really cool.
Mm.
And it was working.
Yeah,
The scene had some snap.
I didn't get to cool. I got to passable.
It had snap though. Things
Yeah,
were
yeah.
happening.
It was a little more exciting.
Yeah.
I think it still suffers a little bit. Well, I'll talk about why, but it's all connected to other things we've already mentioned. But the other connection to the game that I didn't mind was when they started going with how many ships were left.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got, we take out two of theirs. I don't think they used it enough, but the idea of, like you do in Battleship, you're running a score. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got how many we got left out of this. And when they get down to, we've got one battleship left.
Yeah.
I think that's the only part of the movie where I would say it kicks into gear for
Yeah.
10 minutes or so. So, yeah, I didn't mind the idea of sort of keeping score, which
Yeah.
comes up a little later.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And the last thing for me, is aiming the guns in the opposite direction, dropping anchor, doing almost like a handbrake turn with the battleship. So they'll be side on to it.
Is the battleship drifting? Like Fast and
It's
Furious
basically
style?
drifting. Stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
But it at least had some excitement, and when it was happening,
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of cool how they do that to avoid the missiles coming towards them, and because he'd already pointed them that way, they were in perfect alignment to take him out. I thought that was perfectly fine, and there was a bit of excitement to that.
Yes. And I actually thought getting the old dogs back involved, which leads up to that, I actually thought that was all right. We get a bit of a. So I've got a big question, which is why were they still hanging around on the ship?
Yeah,
Because it seemed to be a fair distance from when they were fucking at the presentation, whatever it was.
yeah.
But I didn't mind that they kind of were reasonably subtle about that. They didn't fucking highlight the fact that these guys are going to be called back in. It was just simply, oh, this is what you do at these services.
Yeah,
So I didn't think to
That
myself,
made some
oh,
sense.
fuck, they're going to pull these guys back in.
that made some sense.
Not to mention that half of them looked like if they had been pulled back in, they were not going to last. Well, they were going to get now in and they say, fuck, it's nap time.
I've got some issues with this,
But look,
I like
that's
the
where
idea of it.
Look, that's where I got a bit of fucking action movie grunt in there. When they start playing Thunderstruck and the old boys are telling them this is how it is.
But that's
When things went all right.
for me. I like the idea of it, but that entire scene was like, this sums this fucking bullshit up. It sums it all up in one sequence. This is what you guys.
Well, I'll tell you why I slightly disagree with that. It had a bit of fucking personality, and the entire movie was lacking.
Agreed.
in that.
I will say that. At least having the old dogs and breaking out the Missouri
Yep.
was at least something kind of, I don't know, tangible amongst all the shit that we'd kind of already waded through. I will agree that at least gave it some pop, a little bit of pop.
Well, you might be right. I might be overstating it because I was
must
so
admit,
low on
as
the rest
soon as
of it.
fucking Thunderstruck kicked in, I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, these guys, they just, this is the whole movie in a nutshell.
It's like when when I've eaten fucking oats for a week straight, and then I have a bowl of Cocoa Pops, which is a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
But after a fucking week of oats, you're like, fuck, this is awesome.
This is superb. I've never eaten anything like it.
Pretty much.
All right, anything else?
No,
Nah.
that was it.
No, you couldn't go
I
further.
couldn't- I couldn't- I could not continue.
I refuse to go
I
any further.
think I had 7
Yeah, so
likes.
did I. I can't believe it's a 1.
Well,
Seriously.
I can.
I can actually. It's bullshit because it's because the
Is
dislikes
that your
are
dislike section? It's bullshit.
the dislikes are so loathsome. I come back to that
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
They are so fucking loathsome
Yeah.
that that's why I'm at a 1.
Well, straight out of the blocks, let's get this out of the way. 2 hours 10. Are you fucking kidding me? Who decided that 2 hours
guys.
10 was required for a fucking Battleship movie?
Take a leaf out of the canon book and cut the shit out of
Yeah.
it to 90 minutes.
Oh,
You need to get it in as many theatres as often as you can.
exactly. Squeeze in an extra showing a day
Yeah.
might cover some of that 150 million that you dropped
You
off.
lost. Correct. What the fuck were they thinking?
Fucking unacceptable.
Well,
I am
I'll
filthy
go
about that.
one step further. Who the fuck thought $209 million?
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought
They've pretty
this
much
was
lined up their minutes with millions. It costs fucking $1 million a minute for this shit.
fucking ridiculous premise? Honestly. Okay, first
But
thing.
if you're gonna like movies, and I know this is more current. This thinking is more current. There was a bit more money being splashed around then because there was more people going to movies and whatever.
Yeah.
But now the thinking is you don't spend that money unless it's like a property that people want to go and see. And even then, you're having trouble.
Even
with it.
today, some of your Marvel stuff's having trouble pulling people into the game.
Exactly.
And
So at what point they thought Battleship's got legs, Battleship's got a following.
what do you reckon?
Yeah, a
209?
lot of people play Battleship, but fuck, a lot of people eat white bread too. If you gave me White Bread the movie, I'm like, oh fuck, that's a good idea.
Well, we got it. That's called fucking Battleship.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. The first thing that hits this movie, it hits you right in the face as soon as you, by about half an hour in, it is incredibly derivative of, I'll rattle off Independence Day, Battle Los Angeles, Armageddon.
Who's ripping off Battle Los
I
Angeles?
know. Who?
These guys. This guy.
Transformers, and all of those movies are better than this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, on a good day, Armageddon's fine. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Like, obviously, it's a pretty good day, I think.
Yeah. I'm talking like Ice Cube kind of good day. Like, if it's that good a day, then Armageddon's a 5. I needed to sort of, I needed to add those caveats before I said that.
But this is what I'll say. And when, coming back to your analogy about Simpson and Bruckheimer, one thing those guys understood was
Filmmaking?
Yeah. Well, yes. First thing out of the gate, they understood filmmaking. But what they understood was you need a side of humour with your action.
Yeah.
And you have got to have, as silly as some of these movies are, the elevator pitch and all that, you've still got to have some plot and some characters to cling to.
Yeah. I mean, Armageddon's got Michael Clark Duncan getting a few laughs, Steve Buscemi getting a few laughs, like, consistently through the movie.
But there is some character.
Yes.
In those films.
Yep.
Even stuff like fucking Con Air, which is way out there and all that, you still feel some character. And this movie, this is where it's at its worst, is you look across that suite of characters and find me one decent character that you can root for. There are none.
Well, that's what I was like, he's shaping up as Mick providing a bit of tick up, but then it just disappeared.
But because Mick was a background player, yeah, you're right. They didn't take enough of that.
Yeah.
But let's look at Alex from the get-go.
AKA Rock Hopper.
Oh, right, he's definitely Rock Hopper because he's off his fucking face as soon as we meet him. He is, and I know that that's what they're going for. He's a loser.
Yeah.
But he's just an asshole.
But
the whole time.
They keep on talking about, you've got such leadership qualities. We don't see any of it, and we don't see anything likable about him. We're supposed to take the chicken burrito scene and
that could have been
pin
cute.
Everything on that.
That could have been kind of cute in the right hands.
Yeah.
But it's just drenched in fucking stupidity.
Well, everything around that is him just being okay, at the start, he's a loser. He's sleeping on his brother's couch and all this sort of stuff. But you're supposed to be, in these situations, you're supposed to be like the lovable loser, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I couldn't go for it with him. Even with that, having a laugh at the break-in, it's even worse when they put him in the Navy stuff.
Yeah.
Starting with the soccer scene.
He rocks up late to the fucking rim pack thing.
Yep.
And this is 35 minutes in, 6 years later from his loserish shit that he pulled.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to believe that he's in the Navy and Sam's his girlfriend.
Yes.
And I'm just like, there is no fucking way that woman would have had anything to do with him.
No.
He was a dickhead.
He was.
It's not a case of like, oh, he's a loser. He's a dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And all we get is, he runs onto the ship and he says something to the kid. And like,
yep.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to latch onto that because everything else is. I mean, I was reacting like Liam Neeson when his daughter was expecting him to speak to the bloke. I don't want a fucking bar of it.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah.
And you know what? All I could care about was I wish Neeson would just fucking tag the bloke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Neeson takes one look at him and just goes poof and just decks him.
And this is Taylor Kitsch. I think he's a likable character, a likable actor.
Yeah, agreed.
So it was really. I think it just shows how poorly the character was fucking drawn out.
Oh, for God's sake, yeah.
The soccer game, I'm coming back to that because that leads up to it. It's a fucking prime example of how easy it is to screw up those scenes.
Yeah.
It's fucking short. It's all it is like it's dripping in macho bullshit from Hopper. And then it's like, as I said, there's no leadership, there's no likability, none of that stuff that they keep telling us is there. To the point
Why are
where
there commentators there?
To the point where I
That's a good
laughed. I
question.
fucking laughed when he got kicked in the nose. That was the
Yeah.
second big laugh. When he
Yeah.
got booted in the face, I fucking laughed. Like,
It was the worst kind of like rah sort of shit.
fucking
too.
shorthand shit that
Fucking
just
hell.
didn't build up anything.
And it's just like, why is this here?
Yeah, I was not happy with it at all.
And again, Jared, I keep coming back to what was it going to do to him? They put in that bit where he's going to get fired,
Yeah.
but it just comes to nothing. It
But
doesn't
it's
change
possible-
how he reacts when they get in the shit.
Look, it's possible to demonstrate some of the leadership and the likability while still saying, I'm going to take the kick and fuck it up.
But also,
But
Jared,
there was none of it in
but
there.
also, why couldn't they have shown that with a little bit of early rim pack stuff, where it showcases he does know a little bit of what he's doing?
Because he doesn't know anything.
Because, but instead of that, what we want to do is we want to take the Top Gun fucking volleyball scene and make it a fucking soccer scene
Yeah.
that's just drenched in bullshit.
Yeah, it was rubbish. I couldn't cop it. I was filthy at the soccer scene.
Filthy.
Filthy.
I was kind of rugby league 26.
Oh, yeah,
Rage
fucking
was
rage.
fucking.
Yeah.
My head was close to exploding.
Yeah,
But
that's
looking,
about right.
look
But
across the characters as a whole, though. Like, there's not one nice character in the whole fucking movie.
Well, his brother's all right.
His
but he's
brother's
constantly
all right.
fucking chiding him for something. Chiding him for being lazy, chiding him for not showing leadership.
They're really getting into him, too.
I'd be saying, look, I'm leaving the
Skarsgård
Navy
goes
anyway. Yeah, Skarsgård's fucking getting stuck into him. I'm leaving anyway because I
Yeah.
can't fucking put up with your shit anymore. But just backpedaling, I'll mention this because we've sort of started at the start of the movie. I don't know why, but the first couple of minutes of the bloke, before we meet Hopper, the first couple of minutes of the bloke talking about
Satellites?
another planet that could sustain life and satellite, I was fucking groaning for 2 minutes. Just
Yeah,
going,
I was
"Oh."
just like, is this what we've
Shit.
brought?
Yeah.
This is what we've brought upon us.
I was going
What
in.
a
I was
fuck-
going in open minded, and 90 seconds in, I was like, "Oh fuck!"
What a bunch of shit. Like, what a fucking bunch of shit, Jared. Like, I mean, to use your phrase, a heap of uninteresting shit I wasn't interested in at all.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is one thing, and again, I come back to Battle Los Angeles. Why are you ripping off Battle Los Angeles? But they didn't even bother to explain. The aliens just
Yeah.
landed.
I kind of knew that the aliens were coming, that there was going to be something in that, but I was just like, I don't think I want this.
Agreed. And that guy that they use as they think, and this is where the movie really falls down, Jared.
Yeah.
The filmmakers seem to think there's some comic relief characters. Well, when are you going to make me laugh?
Well, Jesse Plemons seemed to be placed in that, like
Yeah,
when he was
the
doing
two scientists, including the guy that they Mick and that end up with.
Yep.
I did not get a laugh out of any of those guys.
No.
Not once.
No.
So I'm like, well, why are they here?
Yeah, I was very disappointed, especially when one of those guys is Richard Linklater, who's a pretty fucking handy actor.
Mm.
We saw him for like 2 to 3 very brief interactions for the first hour and something of the movie. So why are we even bothering?
Yeah.
His character could have been cut.
Well, again, why bother so much with you could have condensed the information about the satellites
Yeah.
into a simple news feed or something,
Yeah.
right?
Or something like
Get
that.
rid of the characters because you don't need them. They became superfluous.
Yeah.
And give more scenes to Mick and Sam.
Lop your half hour out somewhere. Like those characters.
Remove
could
the
be
soccer
included. Remove the
Fucking soccer scene's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But every character's a prick. Everyone.
Yeah, look, either that or they don't have enough time on screen.
Yeah.
Like he's got one of his mates, the big, the kind of burly fella.
Yeah.
That's always trying to sort of put him on always, a handful of times in the movie seems to be trying to set him on the right path. But again, the guy's just, it's a nothing character. There's nothing there.
Okay. Rihanna.
Just nothing to do.
Nothing.
And I don't think she's necessarily a bad actress.
No.
I think
She's just given nothing.
just given nothing to do, and it's just a.
So
This is where the soulless filmmaking comes in. They've just taken her, thought we can bank on her star power to get a few people through the door.
Yeah.
And we'll just chuck her in here. Like
Exactly.
nothing
And
to do.
It doesn't make sense to have her in there.
No.
Again, I mean, I think you mentioned it early on. Peter Berg's a decent director.
Yeah.
There's way too much close up. There's way too much slow mo. He's clearly doing a Michael Bay impression.
Yeah, certainly feels like
and
that.
you are a fucking much better director than that.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Like, Peter Berg would have been at a point in his career where he probably could have had a bit of clout.
Mm.
Now, why can't he say, this is how I'm going to shoot this? It's your big budget action film, but I bring a different sensibility to it.
Yep.
But he hasn't. He clearly has been either told this is what you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
or he's taken a look at fucking Transformers and thought, well, Michael Bay's fucking bullshit has been making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I'll just take the same approach.
It'll fly here.
Because it is the same approach.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a similar,
Which is disappointing.
Yeah, it's kind of that approach where everything just sort of gets lost in each other. Like you could take the scenes from when the aliens first pop up, the scenes from the end of the movie. You could fucking flip them around, and I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's very fair. Very. So I'm a bit disappointed in Peter Berg there.
Yeah, a little
because it's
bit.
like you're a bit better than this, and I think that maybe this wasn't for you.
Paycheck Pete turned up on this one, I think.
Yeah. He said, "How much?" All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, look, I understand you sometimes have to go for a payday.
Oh, for
like
sure.
as a director, like
For
sometimes
sure.
you got to say, well,
I hope he didn't have backhand on it.
oh fuck yeah, no, yeah, he lost his paycheck. The opening sequence, we talked about that. It could have been something, but it just came across really like an ugly, like just a bloke who you would have said was just a flog. Like everybody who met him would have said, this guy's a dickhead.
Yeah. Oh, look, I don't know anything about Navy chain of command either, like anything at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing. But even in the naval war games, I find it difficult to believe Hopper's running anything.
No.
Because he walks into that weapons room, the weapons officer, and he's telling people how it is. I wouldn't have put him in charge of washing the fucking dishes on the ship.
He's mopping the floors. He's fucking mopping floors.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
serving cake.
We're putting the hothead who hasn't demonstrated any emotional regulation in charge of weapons.
Yeah.
And
I mean, all I expected was fucking guns to be firing randomly
Exactly.
from his ship.
I mean, when he bursts into that room and starts telling people how it is, he's still fucking covered in spit from recently being chewed out by Neeson and told you're not going to be in the fucking Navy
but
anymore.
This is the thing, Jared. This is why this movie really shits me. Is that the filmmakers seem to think that this kind of cavalier attitude is cool.
Yeah.
Like that his cavalier kind of... Because they even shoot that scene by having one... You've got his brother saying, we're professional and do all this.
Yep.
And then we cut to him being a fucking flog on the floor. It's like, the filmmakers think this is cool?
Well, see, the difference with something like this and Top Gun is we're led to believe that Maverick is one of the best, that he's just a fucking loose cannon.
But as we've worked out, he's the fucking villain.
Yeah,
in Top Gun.
Exactly. But, the whole time they're basically saying...
Gibbo laid it out to us, remember?
Yeah,
The guy's the villain.
Yes, correct.
And he is.
But, essentially that's the mold that they're copying. Like the guy, the king shit who just won't be told what to do.
Yes.
But
Maverick was the best. Yes, you're
Maverick was the best. We're led to believe this guy's cocked up everything he's fucking touched. So how is he still putting up with his cavalier attitude without the results?
You know what? His weapons room's like Homer Simpson's neighbourhood watch, where they've got shotguns and they just go, boom, me again. That's shit.
Exactly.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. Maverick at least had runs on the board in some areas. This guy's got nothing. He's got a cavalier attitude. He's got no results. What is he doing there?
Clean through the gate, first ball.
Yeah, that was the huge. To me, that was the huge problem with that whole start of it. Is, you know, along with the fact that he was really difficult to like as who we knew was going to be our hero. It was difficult to like him, and it was hard to understand how he was in any position of authority.
The fact that it was hard to believe that Sam would be in a relationship with him.
Yes.
We saw nothing to showcase he was a good fella.
That's right.
Deep down.
Yep.
I mean, the only time him and Sam interact, he's on the blow. He rocks up late.
Yeah.
And she's looking at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Weird.
Lunacy. 45 minutes, Jared, before we get to the aliens. 45. Of 2 hours 10, you took 45 minutes of
what we just previously
shit
talked about. Yeah.
before you got to the aliens. It was just talk about ruining it for everyone.
Yeah. That's one way to put it.
And not everyone, just me and you.
No, they definitely ruined it.
Because nobody's watched this in a long time,
No,
I can tell you now.
Yeah, I was very, I don't know. It didn't feel like that time was well spent.
No, and it kind of undercuts the aliens because, quite frankly, Jared, I couldn't give a shit when they turned up.
No.
Because
I don't think I would have given a shit anyway. They are super bland.
Yeah, oh yeah. And when they finally take his mask off, one of them looks like Mark McGrath. Because they've got that spiky beard. And I was like, is this a guy from Sugar Ray?
Sugar Ray.
He goes back on, I just want to fly.
Yeah, I think so. Look, the problem with them, and I was thinking about this in comparison with the board game. I'm like, why did they go with this? The thing about the board game is it's very, your enemy has a very fucking familiar face. You're sitting there playing with someone that you know, and you can see them. You can see them the whole time. They decide to fucking throw out an enemy that's like you can't see for the majority of the time, and when you take their fucking mask off, they look like Mark McGrath for some reason. So
yeah, there's a whole clone army full of Mark McGraths.
Yeah, I think they cocked that up.
Jared, is it fair to say that making Battleship into a movie was a stupid idea? I
mean, I was never off that island, but I think I'm swimming back to it anyway.
You know what? That island's big.
Yeah.
that's
we're building skyscrapers on there by this point.
I mean, it's fucking Florida.
Pretty much. Yeah.
The death of his brother has fuck all emotional heft. It's got no weight. It's got nothing.
No.
And then we try and come back to it a couple of times. We try to use it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this is what my brother would have done. Get the fuck out of here.
You know part of the reason it doesn't work? Because it's on the back of Hopper on essentially a fucking dinghy compared to they're against these giant fucking things that they don't know what they are, and he's whipping out a light it up and they're fucking firing bullets into it. It's like, what are you doing? Like, so I was still kind of thinking, what was that all about when Skarsgård was, looking at him trying to convey. I don't know what he was conveying. I think it was, well, you fucked up again. Thanks for that, idiot.
Yeah. You know what? Why not have Skarsgård as the fucking hero? At least he was a solid solid guy.
Yeah.
And he was he a captain? He was a captain.
He didn't take enough chances. He wasn't loose enough to really, lead a heroic charge.
He wasn't breaking into a fucking 7-Eleven trying to get a burrito.
That's right.
Dickhead.
He wasn't busting into the weapons room going, this is how it's going to go before being called up to be fucking yelled at again.
Yeah, exactly. So his death is just a waste.
Yeah.
It's just nothing.
Yeah. It's also, and when he gets put in charge, we start getting these weird But we get that tactic when he's like, oh, we're going to attack this thing head on after it's just destroyed 2 of their ships with ease. But you've got no fucking inkling other than this is the idiot that's kind of done this shit the whole movie, but now it's gonna start working. Some of this stuff's gonna start working.
Yeah, there is no reason why any of it should. And the fact that he gets back on the ship and is told he is in charge, I was just like flabbergasted. Because all I could think was, this guy's like he's a low tier. Like, he's a real low tier.
Yeah.
In the Navy.
Yep.
But no, he's suddenly in charge of a ship. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you can't have this.
No.
It was so stupid. Like, it was such a, like...
It was a reach.
Yeah.
It was a big reach.
But it was just we shovel this in your face. It doesn't, like, there's nothing gets you to there.
Yeah. No one sits there going, what, we're putting fucking cooks in charge of the ship now? Like, what's going on?
Now, Casey Ryback, I can tell you right now, Ryback would be in charge.
Yeah, the kitchen staff would have been saying, yeah, we can handle it. He can't.
Ryback's in charge. If Ryback's on that ship, he's in charge.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm putting Ryback in charge. I'm not putting Stick in charge. Like, if I'm looking at their resumes, Ryback's your man.
Yep. You talked about the balls, the destructive balls.
Balls on the fucking filmmakers to make this?
Yeah, the balls on the producers to spend this one. Do we need 10 minutes of those balls rolling around the joint, wrecking everything?
Not really. Like, we can
talk about some of the half-baked stuff early on. We get some half-baked emotional beats throwing a kid's baseball game in there.
Oh, for God's sake.
Like, come on.
Jared. We can make some cuts. Like, we can make some cuts there. Like,
we can trim.
Like, I think we've cut 15 out and we're about an hour in.
Did we ever get an explanation about why some people were let go? Did I miss something?
No, I didn't get it, but basically...
Some people came up
if
green
you were not,
and like,
if you were not threatening them...
Yeah.
Which, again, seemed fucking ridiculous.
I finished up thinking I'm positive I missed something.
I must have missed something. Because I've got no idea. They don't kill the scientist when he runs in and gets his shit, remember?
No,
they don't kill him. They don't kill the kid at the baseball game. I don't know. You're taking over someone's world. And I think you don't bother worrying about
it. Keeping slaves or something? I'm not sure, Ad. I missed something.
I don't know what I missed.
Yeah.
I don't know what I missed.
But I mean, I think the aliens in general, once we started going down that path of where they're fucking wandering around and stuff, we're talking about fucking overstuffed. We were already past our limit, weren't we?
I know, I'd eaten too much. Jared and I, fuck off, I'm full.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get me a bucket.
I couldn't stomach another mouthful.
It's wafer thin though. Yeah. The thing is, I couldn't fucking eat the wafer thin.
The problem was I'm loaded with stuff, but it was all shit. Like I didn't want all the stuff I'd already eaten.
Yeah. I'd eaten a 3-piece feed. Plus popcorn chicken.
And was
on
then
the side.
disgusted with myself.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to look at another.
Did a fucking grotesque.
Yeah, didn't want to look at it anymore. And then someone says, "Here's another wicked wing. Take that."
And I said, "All right, I'll eat that.
Okay.
I don't want to, but I will."
Yeah.
You know how you talked about his hefty mate who's always trying to pick him up?
Yes. Yeah.
The sequence where he's sitting in his fucking head, his quarters, all defeated and stuff. An old mate comes in, and they have what I can only describe as the fucking dumbest and worst heart-to-heart I've ever seen. He basically just says, I can't do it. But if you can't do it, who can?
Yeah. Anyone.
Not you.
Anyone else. Anyone else probably
Anyone. Jared.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking draw straws.
Yeah, exactly. Jesse Plemons, he could do it.
Plemons would have been better.
Rihanna, she could do it.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he came onto the bridge, it should have been like, not you, you can go down the back.
Agreed. 100%. This is just this is like just a side one, but actually using Barack Obama, Jesus, have some respect for the man. Yeah, when you've watched the finished product, do you reckon Barack might want to not be in this?
Yeah, should we send it over to the White House?
Should we just cast a fictional president?
Barack would have been like, what the fuck? I'm in this
What
rubbish.
have you done to me? I had no hand in this.
What did I do to you guys? I hated this. Jesus. I feel like what they do is once the movie's heading towards its finale, they bring the aliens out too much. So you're seeing them in these suits and shit, which I thought was kind of stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't big on it.
Because that, again, why wasn't it just the ships?
They were very bland.
What were they doing? Mining some kind of satellite up in the fucking...
No, well, here, again, I was confused. What I got from it was that 5 alien ships came, and that was it, correct?
Yeah.
But were they not telling anyone they were gone? Because the whole point of that stuff was that they were sending communications back.
But what smashed into Hong Kong? Was that another alien ship?
That was one that crashed into a satellite and got split up or something, didn't it? Or the satellite. I don't know.
Don't ask me.
Well, fuck, there was another one in the end credits. They fucking don't even... They thought there was going to be a sequel, but...
What were you guys on?
Yeah.
Prick.
But so I got the sense that I'm sitting there going... Because Hamish Linklater says, this is 5 of these things have done this. Imagine if they
50.
get the communications up and they get 50 or 500 or 5,000. It's like, but so nobody knows they're here? Weren't they sent on some sort of
mission?
Or
are they just gone
or
rogue?
did they pick up their communication and say, well, we'll fuck off and check out what that is and then we'll let everyone know when we get there?
Yeah.
That's what I got from it, and I thought that's the second dumbest alien invasion plan since fucking Signs. Turning up to a planet that's,
80% water. Yeah, we're all afraid of water.
Yeah.
Good one. Yeah, well thought out,
There's
guys.
a few other planets that don't have any of that stuff on
why
there.
are you Mars? Get up there.
Yeah.
They show them off too much. Oh, this is my last one. And this is probably I felt like this was the dumbest of dumbest things ever, but we've got a 1,000-pound fucking missile. How are we going to get it there? The other end of the ship? And then we cut to them fucking struggling to carry it as a group. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, aren't you? Like, you are kidding me. You guys carried a 1,000-pound missile from one end of the ship to the other by hand.
I thought that was a good plan.
No,
actually.
fuck off. Get off the ship, you asshole.
That was the best idea Hopper had.
You know what I would have said to Hopper? Fucking jump overboard.
Yeah.
Jump overboard.
We've put a plank up top. You're going to head up there and wander off it very shortly, please.
Get your shit together, buddy boy. Yeah, but that was it for me. I mean, I could go on and on about this movie, but I hated it.
I don't want to, but
I hated it.
Yes.
And I think everyone involved should be fucking ashamed of themselves. And Hasbro, you guys just make fucking toys and stop getting into this shit.
Well, if you're going to do one of these board games, which is fair enough, go for it, do one that's got something to go with. I believe they were involved in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Well, okay, that's
so you got that's perfect. You've got fucking oodles of characters there to take your pick from. Yeah. G.I. Joe, although there hasn't been a lot of success from those franchises.
No, there's not.
The idea of making that into a movie makes more sense because you've got heaps of characters. You've got TV shows that have been made. You got all this stuff to go with. This one was just it was a blank slate, but it also wasn't anything that anyone was going to be like, fuck, Battleship. I can't wait to see that.
Do you think anyone was rushing out to see this?
No, nobody. Surely.
Jared, when was the last time you played Battleship, the fucking game? Board game?
I think I played a knockoff Kmart version with my kids. Probably last time we played it was probably about 6 or 7 years ago.
And what was that called?
I think it was, I don't know, Battlecrafts or something. Warships
I haven't
or
played
something.
Battleships in Battleship in fucking probably 35 years.
So you weren't lined up? Oh, well, you were lined up.
No, I was lined
You
up at
idiot.
when it opened. Yeah, of course I was
you
lined up because that was back in the days when I was still clinging to the fact that I should go to the cinema all the time.
What do you mean still clean? I'm still clinging. To
See, no, I don't go as much as I used to. But if this shit came out now, I wouldn't be back for it.
that. I think you might.
This should be renamed Battleship.
They would have got you over the line.
They would have, because it could have been a spoof.
Yeah, maybe.
It plays like a spoof.
Yeah. Neeson was very close to Frank Drebin in this. Very close.
We were going to hear fucking dropping his guts.
I think I mentioned to you when he said he was going for a chicken burrito at the end. I was half expecting that I'm going to ruin another suit. It disgusts me.
That would have been fucking much better.
Exactly.
I can't talk about this anymore. I hate this fucking movie. There you go.
Right.
Yes.
So we'll wrap it up there, right?
I suggest we wrap it up. Because it's as bad as it's ever been.
Yeah.
And
pretty bad.
that'll be the last time I'll watch this.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
No, but
You might get curious.
I know you won't be back for it.
No. No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Are you sure you haven't got it on fucking Blu-ray or something?
Like I said, mate, this was the rare case where I dodged
You
it
spaced
so
on this
bad. I dodged it so hard for so long.
Oh, man. All right. That is Battleship. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, Podomatic, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Send us an email at thrillme@iinet.net.au. We're on Instagram at thrillmepodcast.au, Facebook at thrillmepodcast Australia, and Podomatic at thrillme.podomatic.com. Keep an eye on our Facebook page to see what we cover next. But until then, take it easy, everyone, and we'll catch you all later. Cheers.
Find the podcast at Podomatic or on iTunes. Don't forget to rate and review. Like us on Facebook at Thrill Me Podcast Australia or contact us at thrillme, all one word, all lowercase, at iinet.net.au.